Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Today I have the first of my 2021 Empties videos. Is this distracting? I really struggle with wearing my glasses on camera. Is this worth a pair of contacts? I don't know. Can you handle it? Let me know in the comments. And I don't know if it's just that it's summer and so I'm out of the house a bit more. COVID stuff is loosening up, but I have used a lot more products than I realized. My bin runneth over. So let's get started going through them. I'm going to quickly go through some of the products that I've already talked about in my previous videos that I just seem to keep going through. Let's be smart about this. Let's be quick. Deodorant or antiperspirant. Used a couple of these. A few of these I tried out because they were on sale. Not quite the same. Very similar to that Dove one that I love, but not nearly as good at containing odor, reducing odor, preventing odor. I smelled more when I used this, had to reapply it more, and the applicator was kind of annoying because it looks like it's going to be this wide, but it's actually smaller. So you had to really kind of move around your pits, move around my pits. Probably not going to buy them again. Used up two of my favorite body sunscreens. Banana Boat Sun Comfort 30, sand brushes off easily, relieves dryness, really nice mist, very affordable. It's a chemical, but what spray sunscreen isn't? Yeah. Province Apothecary stuff. I've used my Protecting and Restoring Face Balm. This is more of a fall-winter product anywho. 2 face serums. I've already ordered a new one. It's over there. And a lip balm. I have a whole video where I go through in detail my skincare routine using Province Apothecary products. I will link that. Batiste Dry Shampoo. I used up 2 big bottles of my avocado oil that I use in the bath and on my body. Yeah, almost a couple liters of this. Ooh. What other repeats we got? I talked a lot about this body lotion, Nivea Care Nourishing Cream. I really like it, and I've since been buying it in these little tubs rather than the pumps. You get more out of it, and you can use the entire thing because your pump don't get clogged. Can't live without these. I used up 2 of my Heavenly Sleep Liquid Melatonin, and I realized on the box here it says 100% of profits are donated to help fight extreme poverty. I mean, I've been buying this for a few years now because it works the best, it's affordable. And now this? And now this news? www.thriveforgood.org. Thank you, Bolton's Naturals. I'm going to take these off. Okay, now that I've cleared out all that stuff, the new stuff I used up, there isn't that much of, but I'll be able to talk you through them in more detail. First, a pretty simple one here that I have used before. You saw me use up those few liters of avocado oil, and I treated myself to this sweet almond oil as a moisturizer. It was on sale. It's specifically made for your skin as opposed to that avocado oil that I use, which is for cooking. You know, at the end of the day, I'm fine with either. But this is a really nice light oil. It's thinner and lighter in color than avocado oil. And when I first started using straight up oil on my body, it was because Julie Clark from Province Apothecary recommended it. And she said almond oil is good, apricot oil is good, avocado oil is good. Those were the three that I remembered. And so when I'm looking for body oil, that's what I look for. AAA, almond, avocado, apricot. Yeah, so I've not completely used this, but I always decant my oil into a pump bottle that I keep in the bath. So that's, excuse me, so that's what's in my bath right now. And it's very nice. Let me know if you want details on my bath routine. Speaking of, here's a product I used up that I tracked down because of another YouTuber. So rude. Who's texting me? While I'm thinking of bath time, here's a product that I have used up called Dr. Teal's Foaming Bath with Pure Epsom Salt, Activated Charcoal, and Hawaiian Black Lava Salt. This I picked up after a recommendation from Taylor. Why can I never remember her last name? I'll link her channel. So I have a bath every single night with Epsom salts, and I saw on her channel that this foaming bath, so basically a bubble bath, has Epsom salt in it, and so that was very intriguing to me. I thought it could maybe replace using just pure salt, and it doesn't exactly do that. I find that it's just like a nice addition to your bath, rather than using this in substitution for pure Epsom salts. And overall, I don't love the scent of this. However, it was the only one I could find. And it's not a bad smell, but I find that it's just a little too strong for me. So to use enough of this to get the benefits of Epsom salt, I had to put quite a bit in, and the smell is overpowering. So if you want a bubble bath, if you're a bubble bath person, then this is a nice idea if you can find the other types. But I have another one of these to use up, and I probably won't buy it again. Oh, and it also dried my skin out a bit. So my bath routine is essentially Epsom salts and then a few squirts of whatever body oil I'm using at the time. And so using this, because it has, you know, more of a soapy, bubbly effect, it did dry my skin out a bit. As soon as I get out of the bath, I need to moisturize. I do it immediately. It keeps my skin more calm and less irritated. And I used up some moisturizers by doing that. This one, I'm just happy to say I got through it. This is the Life brand Unscented Moisturizing Lotion. This is essentially a no-name version of Lubriderm Unscented. And I bought this last summer when I got my tattoo. I'm cool like that, in case you didn't know. I got my first tattoo last summer during COVID, which was not the most pleasant experience for my first one, but for those of you who know, when you get a tattoo, you need to keep it well moisturized, and you need to use something unscented. And so I bought this because it was more affordable than a smaller container of a similar product. And so I used it. It's fine. It's one of the funny thing about unscented products, which I have used a lot of since I was a kid with really sensitive skin, is they still have a bad smell, even though they're unscented. It simply means that there's no fragrance added. However, I don't know if other people find this, but the way that unscented products smell leave me a little bit bleh. But it's fine. I didn't want to waste it. I used it up. This is a product I was excited to try. I know everyone and their mother on TikTok has been using Cerave products like crazy, but I had never tried them before. And so over the last few months, I tried this, and I tried their face sunscreen, SPF 30 Daily Moisturizing Lotion. I included that in my most recent sunscreen try-on video, which I will link if you want to see how that goes on to my own very skin. You can watch that video. But I also picked up the moisturizing lotion for normal to dry skin, and it's very nice. It was much lighter than I expected it to be, and similar to the face moisturizer that I tried, the day cream, it leaves your skin smooth, but for me, it doesn't leave it ultimately hydrated, if that makes sense. It's, I'm not sure if it's just, you know, a particular ingredient that's in here. Now, in terms of just a drugstore chemical-based moisturizer, for the price and the amount that you get, I don't know that I would purchase this again over something like this Nivea lotion. But it is very nice. It's very silky smooth and light feeling on the skin. Finally, and I think this is my favorite of all the body products I tried over the last few months, this is the Weleda Skin Food Body Butter. Now, I have tried the skin food for the face. I mean, anyone who has followed Katie Jane Hughes on Instagram over the past few years has probably gone out and tried it. And I didn't love it. I found it a little too heavy and difficult to work into my skin. Like, it was too thick. And so I was worried that the body butter would be the same way. But it was on sale at my local health food store where I get my melatonin. So I thought I'd try it out. And it's really nice. You don't get a ton of product. How much is in here? 150 milliliters. It has this similar lemon scent that the original Skin Food does. But it's less oily feeling and more buttery, being a body butter, with, I'm assuming, shea or cocoa seed. Yeah, shea butter, cocoa seed butter, all those good butters. But I think what I really liked about it was the texture. It was really light and almost whipped feeling. So it wasn't like a shea butter product that is quite solid and you really need to work. It was kind of light and easy to spread onto the body. And the smell is, in my opinion, a little sweeter than the original Skin Food smell. And for such like a thick, rich product, it really disappeared into my skin quite well. So yeah, when I guess I want to treat myself a little bit, this was a really nice product. Luxurious moisture quenches skin. Yeah. All right, now here's a product which, you know, newsflash, I'm a liar, is not empty. In fact, it is quite full. But I just can't use it. This is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Whipped Body Balm for dry to extra dry skin. I thought, that's me. Sounds great. And I think maybe it's because I saw a lot of influencers do sponsored posts with various Hydro Boost from Neutrogena products. And it was also on sale. So I thought I'd give this a shot. And oh my goodness. At first I was excited. It's more of a gel texture, and it does kind of like disappear into the skin. It doesn't smell great to me. It has a fragrance. So it disappears into the skin only to then reappear and pill like crazy. And I mean, like I said, I have a bath every night, and that's when I do my mega moisturizing. And so I put this on, and I was like, great, disappeared in the skin. I can go right to bed. My sheets in the morning were disgusting. They had just all this pilling, just like I opened up the sheets and looked at my legs, and I was like, what's happened to me? I, of course, blamed myself. At first, I thought, oh, I haven't been exfoliating enough. It's just dead skin coming off onto my sheets. Don't sweat it. Try the Hydro Boost again. So I tried it again after diligently exfoliating, and I still had the same problem. And I tried it on another time, like on wet skin. Like I tried every way possible. And it's just horrible. I can't finish it. If anybody wants it, drop your address in the comments and I'll ship it to you. But I can't use it. Can't do it anymore. Okay, so I mentioned that I tried a Cerave sunscreen and some other sunscreens in my sunscreen try-on video. And that was the second in my series of sunscreen videos. The first being my sunscreen graveyard, where I detailed lots of sunscreens that I had sitting around that I was just having trouble getting through, but also some that I really loved, and, comparing and contrasting all those. And since then I have used up some of those sunscreens, so I'll quickly show them here, but won't go into too much detail. Nivea Q10 Power Anti-Wrinkle. It pills on the skin, it's highly, highly fragranced, and it's only an SPF 30, so not for me. Illumi Skin UV Spray by Parasola. This is a sunscreen that I picked up in Japan. I picked up a lot of sunscreens when I was there pre-COVID, and this one I was excited about, an illuminating effect, but it didn't really do that at all. And the smell of it, let's see, no, it's totally empty, was really extreme. I don't know if you can tell. No. It has a slight lilac color to it, and I think that's where the illuminating effect comes from. In the same way that you can get purple makeup primers that are supposed to illuminate the skin. But yeah, it wasn't for me. And the smell. Oh yeah, the smell was like those Halloween hairspray, colored hairsprays. Not a nice smell, but gave me fond Halloween memories. Innisfree Triple Care Sunscreen SPF 50. This is a mineral-based sunscreen, and I did get through it, but I don't really recommend it. It is quite thick. It takes a while to work it into your skin, and it has a little bit of a pink tint to it, which they do to make mineral sunscreens blend into the skin a little more easily. But a lot of people just don't have skin tones that are that pink and that white. That light. So thanks to my friend for bringing it back from Korea for me, but won't need to make that trip again. This is my old favorite sunscreen that Shiseido has discontinued. It's called the Gentle Sun Protection Lotion for Sensitive Skin and Babies. For face and body, SPF 33. SPF 33 shouldn't be high enough for me, but this product made it so. It was a zinc oxide, titanium dioxide mix. It just disappeared onto the skin really nicely for a mineral sunscreen. And a bottle would last a long time, but they just don't make it anymore. So I tried to make this last as long as I could, but I figured I needed to use it up. I figured I needed to use it up at some point, so I did. Finally, this is a sham of a sunscreen. I didn't even remember to include this in one of my sunscreen try-on videos because I just hate it so much. But this sunscreen I used a tube of when I was at my cottage recently. It's one of the ones they sell in like multi-packs at Costco. This is the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Dry Touch Sunscreen, SPF 60, ultra lightweight, non-greasy. This is just a chemical sunscreen, nothing fancy. But Ultra Sheer it is not, Dry Touch it is not, it is not lightweight, and it is greasy. I don't think any of these claims are accurate. Looking at you, Neutrogena. Yeah, it just is so thick and white and gets everywhere. It transfers to everything you're wearing. My car inside is just, the interior is a little bit ruined because of the sunscreen, but I finished it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to buy it, or I'm going to encourage whoever in my family is buying it not to buy it. Don't buy it. Neutrogena itself makes much better sunscreens that have all those same claims. Okay. I used up some products here from The Ordinary. The first, I think I might have mentioned this in my last video, the lactic acid, 5% plus hyaluronic acid. So this is a chemical exfoliant. It's so affordable that I buy 2 at a time and I decant them into one of those pump top, like nail polish remover type containers because I find it's much more manageable for applying to the skin. And I'm almost finished this and have ordered the Paula's Choice lactic acid BHA kind of cult product. So I'm interested to compare and contrast. But for like a very affordable chemical exfoliant, it's been working for me. And finally, 100% plant-derived squalane. Squalane? I'm going to say squalane. This seems to be the ingredient of the moment, people. I saw a lot of people, YouTubers, beauty YouTubers, influencers, raving about the Biossance rose and squalane oil. I think that's the product. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm curious. I'll look it up on Sephora.ca. But I feel like one container of it was like $100. So I cooled on that, but was curious about squalane. And so I tried a bottle of it from The Ordinary when I was ordering some other stuff. And it's a really interesting, hydrator. So it says pure squalane for surface hydration. And I think that's an accurate description because it does give you like a moisturized, slick feel to your skin, but it doesn't feel like it's gonna absorb deep down and like be really unctuous and moisturizing like an oil-based serum like my Province Apothecary one. But a little bit goes such a long way, just like one drop, and it's very slick and moves on the skin. So yeah, like I said, if you want like a really quick glow to your skin, or shine rather, this product is really nice. I was kind of playing with the idea of looking for replacements for this because it is pricey, and if I could find a more affordable combination. So, for example, I was combining this with, what is this? Marula oil, this little sample size that I was given. And that was an interesting combination, very hydrating, but the fragrance was just overpowering and irritating. Yeah, so I've been kind of cocktailing little bits of Squalane. It's nice for example, in the middle of the day when maybe I've been out and I come back indoors and wash my face to get the sunscreen off. I'll put a few drops of Squalane instead of doing my full kind of hydrating skincare nighttime routine. Yeah, experimenting with Squalane. That's what I've been doing with my time, since you were all wondering. So, as I mentioned in my last video, where I did some cool graphic green liner, you should check it out. I will link it. I am continuing to try and use up all my beauty and skincare samples. So I've done just that. I used a bunch here. I don't think it's worth mentioning too many of them. This was a product I'd seen a lot, the Kiehl's Daily Reviving Concentrate and the Midnight Recovery Concentrate. If I had to choose one, I'd go for this one because the daily one just had too much citrus in it for my skin. But I don't know. It didn't feel that concentrated. It's called a recovery concentrate. I found it was very thin and just kind of sat on top of my skin. Didn't do a ton for me. Oh, this is a product I've always wanted to try but was deterred by the price. The Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. And I get it now to a certain extent. It is a very nice product. And I see why the jar is so small for the price, because you really don't need much of it. This lasted me months. Yeah, it tasted good. It tasted like strawberries. Did it change my life? Obviously not, because I can't even say anything about it right now. Obviously. Gotta get rid of these beauty sponges. As soon as a sponge starts depositing little crusty bits of itself on my skin, that's when I know it's time to go. Let's talk Milk Makeup mini sticks. I've got a bunch of them. I use them quite frequently in my videos. I really like cream products in general, and their cream blushes are probably my favorite cream blush. And I finally used up a cream blush and a cream highlighter because it got all the way to the end, and then I decanted it, scooped it out, put it in a contact lens case, and have tons more of these to use. Even though I love these products, I don't know that I would ever buy the full size because these last so long. I don't know if you can tell, but Milk has since many years later redone their packaging. But they last so long that, yeah, I still have the old ones. So good. So I love the makeup sticks, so I was excited to try their skincare sticks when they came out. And I was very disappointed. What have I got here? I have the Watermelon Brightening Serum and the Matcha Toner. There's also a Matcha Cleanser somewhere, but I lost it and barely used it. So the first thing I was disappointed in is that they just didn't do anything. I would just put as much as I could on, and my skin didn't feel any different, didn't look any different. And I thought it was because I just hadn't been using them for long enough, but just I consistently would try to use them and nothing. They would just kind of tug at my skin, not give me any hydration or anything. I was especially disappointed in the watermelon serum because I love watermelon, even fake watermelon. Yeah. And the other thing I was disappointed in is actually the packaging. When they came out with the new packaging, I thought, oh great, the cream products will last even longer because they've gone from this type of container to a screw-on container, which I thought, because you can get it nice and tight, less air gets in, and it won't dry up. And it's the opposite that has happened. So just to show you, this is the cooling water, which I have in the old container. And I was so excited to get a second one of this product because I love it. It's just a stick of cool gel. It's great for under the eyes. It just gives you this cooling, hydrating effect. It's kind of hard to describe, but yeah, love it. Excited to have a second one. But I don't know if they reformulated the product as well when they switched, but it does not have the cooling effect anymore. You still get like a little bit of a hydrating gel feel, but the cooling is gone. So these I just can't use because they're completely dried up and didn't do anything anyways. This is almost completely dried up. I'm going to try to use it, but disappointing, Milk. It's a real shame because I really love their products otherwise. Guess I'll never get a brand deal now. As usual, I am using the opportunity filming this video to just force myself to throw out makeup that is so disgusting. This one, oof, Teal One Step Correct Skin Tone Correcting Brightening Serum. It's one of these old school primers where you had the pink and the green and the purple and it was supposed to even out your complexion. It didn't do that, and the colors have gone way off and it's very gross. So I'm not going to buy it again. It's pricey for a primer, and like I said, it didn't do enough for me. Instant Age Rewind Foundation. These concealers, I think thanks to Trixie Mattel, have made a big comeback. Around the time they first came out, I used them, and then they brought out a foundation, so I thought, great, I'll try this too. But it's not great, and this was the only shade at the time that came close to matching me, and it was so pink. I just couldn't do it. And if you were made uncomfortable by the concealer having this tip, the foundation just feels even worse for whatever reason. It was gross. I don't recommend it. It's going home. Oh, this was a bummer. This was another case of me stockpiling my favorites that discontinued. This used to be my favorite foundation, Day to Day, Infallible, Advanced Never Fail Makeup, 18-Hour Smooth Blend Comfort from L'Oreal in the shade Classic Ivory. Of course, they have since come out with a number of other Infallible foundations, but none of them have come close to this for me. However, the color is just, it's gone off way too much. I can't wear it anymore, which is a shame. I think if you go back to some of my really old videos on my YouTube channel here, you can see me use it. And I'm trying to remember, it was very comfortable, even though it was long lasting. It was like a satin matte, so it wasn't really that matte. It had some glow to it, didn't dry me out. It was very comfortable. I would apply it with a Real Techniques buffing brush. Couldn't beat it. Oh, NYX Vivid Brights. This hasn't gone bad. It's just dried out, unfortunately. These are really great. Yeah, there's nothing there. Highly recommend them, but you got to use them when they're fresh, because as soon as they start to go, they tend to crack quite a bit on the skin. Finally, Nail polish. I don't think I've ever talked about nail polish on my channel. I have nails and I put polish on them. So let's talk about nail polish. I don't think L'Oreal makes these anymore, but if anyone else tried them, then you know how great they are. They're just a regular nail polish, but they come in this step 1, step 2 thing with a corresponding colored top coat, which I thought was really interesting because most of the time, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be wearing red nails. It's just a classic. It's just a classic for me. I feel comfortable in it. It goes with everything. And this was one of my favorite reds, but it's much too chunky and old, and there's no amount of nail polish remover that I could put in it to make it work again. But when you wear red nail polish, your top coat ends up looking like this anyways, from going on top of red polish. So it's kind of clever. I have a few other shades of these that I'm still trying to use up, but this one, she's done. Okay, I think that's everything. That was a big haul. I had to make this video because my bin was full. I have a bunch of other videos coming up soon, some more hair tutorials as well. Like if you want to know how I got my hair today, there's a video for that. And it's July when I'm filming this, which means I need to start making Halloween videos. Let me know in the comments if you have any requests, any looks you want me to do. Otherwise, I'm just gonna probably keep making X-Files videos. But thanks for listening to me talk about my trash and my recycling and the products that I love and the products that I hate. Have a great day. Bye-bye.